Hi, I'm Anthony from Sydney Backyard Veggies. Just out in the patch this afternoon. I am actually going to do a pruning session on my second plant of tomatoes. I have been neglecting the pruning on these plants, so it's time now to start cleaning up a lot of lower leaves and actually add some more stakes to further support these tomatoes. So I'm going to come through right now and start doing that, but before I do, I'll show you where my tomato plants are at. Just as a recap on my tomato plants, this is my second planting of tomatoes. These were planted in mid-December, so they're about close to 6 weeks old at the moment. I have ox hearts on the left, and on the right I have a indeterminate Roma variety. It's a commercial variety that I've been growing. I have healed these plants and I've added my potash to them, and now I did that in a previous video, which I will add a link to in the comments, in the description notes. At the moment I need to come through and prune a lot of these leaves. The leaves at the lower stage still touched in the ground. It's actually started a bit of a bulky plant, but I need to add a few more stakes and actually just give it a bit of a clean up. So I'm going to come through and start pruning these, and I'll just quickly go through how I prune my tomatoes. So coming over to my first tomato, the idea here for my pruning is it's more of a maintenance prune, just to clean up the plants. But the first thing I want to do is actually remove a lot of these lower leaves and around the base of the plant. So just removing all these plant leaves and also removing any of these side shoots at the lower level. So just remove those. Now as I'm coming up the plant, I've got my first mesh of flowers. If you can just see it right there at the top. What I want to do is actually train this as my 2 liters, this liter, and I've got a second liter potentially here, which I might keep, but I want to start clearing out some of the lower liters at the bottom. I'm actually looking at training to total of 3 to 4 liters, and so I'll get rid of these two for now. I'll keep those leaves, and then I'll be training 1, 2 and 3 liters, and so that's what I'm going to be working on. I would ideally remove these 2 leaves, but at this stage I'll use them to support the plant. So I'm going to come through and first of all add another post, and then I'll show you how I'm tying these plants down for support. So now that the tomatoes have been pruned, I'm going to add a second stake just here to the right, and the idea is that I'll be tying that leaf to the post, and likewise tying this leaf to the post here. And as the plants get larger, I will train the leaders to the post instead. So putting this in, coming through with my piece of cotton, strips of cotton material, just tying the plant, just trying to leaf to the stake, and likewise just on this side, and that's going to be supported now. There you go. So that's supported now, and as the plant gets bigger, I will come through and continue pruning a lot of these lower leaves and actually planting it. So I'm going to bring you closer to show you the final arrangement. So there you go. So I just wanted to bring you closer here. You can see that I've tied that leaf to the post, and likewise that leaf to the post. I've pruned everything down all the way up to that first clump of flowers, so just that, leaving these two here, and bring you across, you can see it here, leaving that there as well. And as they get bigger, I will train them onto the posts. But I'm going to come across and prune the next one, and I'll show you again how I prune the tomatoes. So over to the next tomato, and again, any of the leaves at the low level touching the ground come out, including the side shoots. As we're moving up, I will get rid of this leaf eventually, but at the moment I'm going to leave it. Get rid of that side shoot. As I come up here, I want to maintain this side shoot this side shoot, there's my clump of flowers, and there's my third side shoot. So I want to leave 3 side shoots, 3 leaders off this plant. So at the moment, that's enough pruning. I'm going to use this leaf to tie against the post, and I'll put a second post over there, and I'll tie the other leaf to that post as well. Second post in, and I'll use the leaf to support the plant. I'll tie down one, and I'll tie the second leaf on this side. There you go. And that's now done. That's perfect. That's been supported, and I will come back next week and continue working on the plant. So I'm going to continue through and start pruning the rest of them. So I've just finished off pruning and staking my tomatoes, and now they're all fine now for the next week or so. I will come back every week and just check on their progress and actually continue pruning those lower leaves, anything is diseased, and also any of those side shoots that I don't want. I'm expecting these to start producing and harvesting from these plants in late March, early April, which is great for me. It gets me around the fruit fly problem that I'm having at the moment in peak summer. I will come through and spray wettable sulfur and pyrethrum on these fortnightly, just to keep the insects and the spider mites at bay. And I will give them another dressing of potash in about 4 weeks time, just to keep them going. So, and I will keep you updated on their progress over the next month or so. Thank you very much everyone for joining me for this quick pruning session. I really appreciate all the support. And I hope you have success in your late season tomatoes like I am, and I hope to see you in the next one.